Yo guys, how's it going? Today I've got another to buy or not to buy player review. As you can see by the thumbnail and the title, it's on Andrew Robertson of Liverpool. As you can see on the screen now, I had him untradeable from my Guaranteed Community SBC pack. So yeah, it's just going to be the same as the normal videos. The Joe Bryan one went down really well on my channel. I think I uploaded that on Sunday. And it's just going to be basically the same thing for all of these. We start off by looking at the cards straight off. We'll look at the in-games. Then we'll go and build a squad around him and see what we can do there. And then we'll get into some highlights. Now obviously I don't know how long the video today is going to be, because when you're reviewing a striker or a winger or even a cam, it's quite easy to get the highlights of it because they're in an attacking position. But obviously with a left back it's a little bit more difficult to if you're forcing the ball to the left back all the time, it's a little bit difficult to make highlights. But we'll see how it goes. It might not be a long video, this one, but we'll certainly review him and see if he's worth it. I've just checked Footbin right now, excuse me, and he's currently worth 150k. So over the course of the video we'll try and find out if he's actually worth that. Obviously on the base of it, it looks an amazing card. Shooting you don't really need to worry about. But the rest of it's sort of for a high work rate left back, you kind of do need to consider the rest. The shooting's not really too bothered, because he's never going to be coming inside unless you want him to go inside, which you never really want your left back to do that. So let's get into it and have a look. He's 5'10", 2-star. Now, for me, a left back, that doesn't matter. I did a video yesterday on the Callahan that I won for the Daily Knockout Tournament, and he had a 3-star skill move, 2-star weak foot. For me, that is a problem for a winger, but for a left back, I wouldn't really be too bothered about that. You're not really going to look to cut in on his right anyway. So as you go into his in-games, it's quite clear he is a high is perfect for this guy, because he's always going to be up and down. The pace is great. I don't think you really need to touch that for a left back. Again, as I say, the shooting, I just ignore that. I don't think you need to really worry about the shooting at all. Passing, now this is a massive one for the fact that he is a high work rate player and that he is going to be up and down the pitch. Vision is decent, it could be better, but it's decent, and his crossing is 93, so that is the exact thing you want for this guy. You want him to be sort of your main winger, and I'll show you the formation we'll be using him in a minute and why I've chose it. Free kicks, don't never put him on a free kick, but again, you'll surely have someone else for that. Short passing 81, it's okay, it's not too bad. Long passing 70. Curve is 84. Now that plays in a lot with his crossing. He's going to curve them balls in from the left. And then you go into his dribbling, and this is another reason why I want him bombing on all the time. Agility and balance is decent, reactions are okay, and his ball control and dribbling are quite high for a left back. That's decent. Composure 77, I'm not really too bothered about for a left back. I don't think it will affect him that much. It's high enough to deal with any pressure. Onto the defending, heading accuracy you can ignore, because I don't think you really need to be bothered. The jumping might be a problem. Heading accuracy is more for heading it where you want it to go. If you're at the back, you just want to head it away from the goal, and I'm sure he can do that. But the jumping, we'll get onto that in a minute. But the defending, 88 interceptions, 87, 89, 84 for all of his defending. That's decent for a left back. He's solid at the back as well as going forward. And then onto the physical, stamina's great. Strength I think is good enough. Aggression I'm not really too bothered about. Stamina 94 is amazing, so he'll keep going all game. But the jumping could be a bit of an issue. If you are someone that believes in this thing where it's vital to have your wing backs with high jumping to deal with any crosses and back post headers, this guy might not be the one for you. If you're into that, you might want... It's hard to think of someone on the top of my head, but yeah, that could be an issue if that's the sort of thing you believe in. So that's his in-game stats. For me, it looks a decent player already. So this is the formation I'm going to use him in, and the reason I'm going to do this is because I'm going to change. I'm not really too bothered on anyone else's, but we always want him to always overlap. That means he hasn't got anyone else down this side here, down the left-hand side, to actually interfere with him. He hasn't got a winger that he's got to try and pass it off to. He can work it through with the centre mid. So we're going to build this squad. Now obviously you could do because of his he's worth 150k. He's worth that, I'd say, because he is in the Premier League, and there aren't too many good Premier League left backs. A lot of people like to go with Premier League sides, so he would be the obvious choice of now. Marcus Alonso will probably get one on Friday, which if you're looking to buy this card, I would definitely wait until Friday, because his price will come down if he's included in the Premier League team this season, which, if I remember from last year, Jan Vertonghen was included last year, and then was included in the most consistent, and then went through also to the Premier League, which of course gives an overload of him on the market because he's already had a week. That's 2 weeks of him on the market. So if you are looking to buy him, just wait. So we'll build this squad. It is going to be mainly a Bundesliga side, which you might be surprised at with him being Scottish, but he does get that nice strong link to Emre Can. So this could be a way that you look to do it, if you are going to look to use him. But like I say, it's going to be mainly Bundesliga, with a couple of my favourite icons in there, of course. Don't know why I'm looking at silver. Onto the special, I've got Jonathan Tah. Here at right back, we will go with Rafinha, who I used in one game of Weekend League, and he is absolutely awful. But we'll use him for this anyway, I'm not really too bothered. We'll next go with Genter. Is it Genter or Ginter? Gentner. In the middle of the park. This side, I'll go with one of my best favourite players of the year, Icon Petit. At Cam, just because I've got him in the club, we'll go with, I think his name is Max Meyer at Cam. Then we'll go with one of my favourite strikers of the year, Icon Hernandez, who I must be getting on now. 808, nearly 900 games. Look at that. Look at the assist as well. That's really good. That's a good return on him. And then at left striker, we are going to go with, definitely not him, Timo Werner, the monthly. Not used him that much. Oh no, my battery's low. I'll sort that out before the game. I've not used him that much, but it's a decent return considering. And yeah, that's the team we're going to be using. Again, like I say, I don't know how long this part of the video is going to be with the highlights, but let's get into whatever highlights there are now, and we'll talk again at the end of the video and decide. So guys, into the game. We're going to head into squad battles now. Pretty much an all-German, well, it is an all-German squad. Like I say, don't know how many highlights we'll get with him playing at left back, but I have got him on always overlap, so he should be up there a lot of the time, maybe to whip some balls in, so it might not be as hard as I think, and we'll see how he plays. He's actually on my corners as well. We'll see what type of a ball he puts in. Not a bad ball in. With his crossing, I probably would put him on corners. He's probably actually a perfect player to have on new corners. A nice outswinger there, and does meet the head of Hernandez. Let's test his pace out. It's looking good for it so far. Fouled there as well. The pace looked good. The acceleration, I haven't put any sort of chemistry style to boost his pace, but he does feel quite good as well, and his strength, you know, I think it was 79. Feels pretty decent. Bit of a give and go maybe. He's got that. Nice ball control. Good ball in as well, off balance. He was off balance there and actually got a decent ball in. But well with Emre Can down that left hand side, I've got to say. See if we can get a nice ball in again. Wasn't too much of an option. So this might be the perfect side for him actually. Taking it from this side might be the better side for him to do it. Let's see what sort of a ball he whips in. It's an in-swinger, of course. Well, I'd definitely do that. I'm not sure that's on the right side. So I take him. I'd always recommend this guy to take a right-sided corner, because it's a good in-swinging ball. Obviously his crossing and his curve play a big part in that. And he whipped a decent ball in. Get it back out to him through your legs. Nice bit. Nice shield in the ball, and it was a good ball in. He shielded the ball well. He's not got much strength, but he shielded that well and got a decent ball in once again. That's one of his main points, is his crossing. He'll make you a lot of chances. That's nice. Another ball in. Another great ball in as well, and it's in. I'm really enjoying it, I've got to say. I thought it was going to be difficult to get some highlights, but I think I've got a few decent ones here. But he's whipping some decent balls in. What's the one thing I have noticed, obviously with him always on over a lap, he's always up the field, so when they do sort of break, he's a little bit behind. But I suppose if you've got a defensive, pacey left mid, then you should be alright, because he should cover. I found that with Emre Can, he's not the paciest, but he is sort of covering his position. So overall, I think he's good. Could work well as a wing back as well if you're into that 5 at the back. Overall, I've actually enjoyed using his card. It's a little bit of a pain forcing it to left back. So what I'm going to do for this one is, just because of he is a creative left back. So what I'm going to do is, instead of playing him at left back, I'm going to move him to left wing, just so he's that little bit more involved. And we'll use our Callahan from yesterday. And we shall always as well do that. So yeah, it should be easy to get him more involved now. Also, with me having him always overlap, although he's got 94 stamina, he is losing a bit of his fitness throughout the game. But we'll see how he gets on in the second half. Playing the left wing, he can. His passing has actually felt good. You know, only an 80. I think it was an 81 short pass. He's actually felt quite good. Again, shields the ball away from the defender. Gets a good ball in towards the players in the middle. He's working well there. Although he's got low strength, I've seen a couple of times now he's shielding the ball well from the players instead of using any sort of strength. So strength isn't too much of a problem for me, and he's picked it back up here. Nice ball into Callahan. I mean, he's not going to win the header at the back post. He has won a corner, but again, he's doing really well for me. And at the moment, would I pay 150k for him? If I was running a Premier League side, he's going to whip this in now as well. Another chance made. If I was running a Premier League side, yes, there is no doubt I'd have this guy in there. See if he can whip a very nice corner in once more and make another chance. He does, and it's hit the bar. If you're needing a goal, maybe if he's not even starting for you and you need a goal, bring him on just for the chances that he creates. Is he any good at an outswinger free corner? We saw one in the first half. It's in! Wow, I mean, a lot of that was down to the movement of Hernandez, but it was a ball into the right sort of area. But if you are going to use him on corners, it's definitely the in-swinger that I'd prefer. He has made a couple of chances from the outswingers, but I think a lot of that was down to the movement and the quality of Hernandez's header. So guys, that's the end of the game. 9.4 rating for him, which is a lot higher than the rest of the team. Yeah, he did good. Got an assist, I think, from the corner. He got one shot on target. 56 passes. Jeez, you can tell I was forcing it to him. And 43. Look at that. Look at the left side of the team compared to the right side. Dribbles 20 out of 23. He was decent with that. Now that surprises me that he's only got 4 out of 14, because I felt maybe a lot more into the right places. That's what I was more focusing on. But if it was me, I'd ignore that, because I think his crossing felt good. It was into the right places, and a lot of them made contact as well. 3 out of 5 tackles. His defending side of his game was okay. It was alright, but obviously I was focusing a lot more on him always overlapping. But something I did notice, and whether you can work this into a team, if you have got that Ryan Sessegnon, he plays well at left back, I thought. 0 fitness off. Something's not right here. But yeah, he works well at left back, so if there's any way that you could sort of swap them, maybe that might be something you could do, because Sessegnon plays well at left back and Robertson plays well at left wing. I mean, he plays well at left back as well, but he has definitely got that more attacking. Anyway, this is going to be the end of the video. Overall, is he worth it? Should you buy him? If you run a Premier League side, then yes, there's no doubt about it. And if you get him out of the community SBC guaranteed team of the season, I wouldn't be disappointed. I was a little bit dodgy the other day, but now I've tried him, I might use him a little bit more and fit him into a side. Anyway, thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Subscribe, it is really appreciated. It encourages me just to do more and more. And thanks for watching.